Welcome back to another Goof Game Review. I'm Jacob, and today I want to take a look at the long-awaited sequel to Blizzard's massively successful 2016 first-person shooter, Overwatch. After being announced back in November of 2019 and never really having an official release date until fairly recently, Overwatch 2 is finally here. At least, part of it is. After playing for a good 10 hours over the past couple of weeks, and after looking at the general consensus, I think it's safe to say Overwatch 2 is unfortunately far from the game people were hoping for. Before looking at the game itself though, I think it's important to look at the development problems Overwatch 2 faced over the past 3 years. Whether it be the legal issues faced behind the scenes at Activision Blizzard, multiple developers who were crucial to the success of the first Overwatch leaving the company, or the content that was originally intended to be present at launch being delayed, the game certainly didn't have high expectations from the fans. The game's launch further proved that point, as for the most part nobody could actually play the game. Ridiculously long queue times and constant disconnections from the servers plagued the game for the first few days at least. And even now, recording this a few weeks after its release, there are still problems, such as career stats being changed without warning, heroes becoming unplayable, the occasional disconnect during a match, and even a few bugs here and there. With all that being said, how does the game differ from the first Overwatch? The answer is not much. The game feels more like Overwatch 1.5 as opposed to an actual sequel. Previously promised content such as PvE has been delayed, bringing into question what was actually being worked on these past 3 years. The one area where the game improves what came before, however, is the gameplay, but even that, it's just the same with minor changes between characters. The new heroes introduced, those being Junker Queen, Sojourn, and Kiriko, do fit well into the game, and the reworks of established characters such as Orisa and Cassidy have been mostly welcome changes. Except for Doomfist. In his current state, he's practically useless.
You must be joking.
Before these changes, Overwatch had become a repetitive, tedious battle between both sides simply shooting at the other's shields until one eventually pushed through. With these changes to crowd control, such as the removal of Cassidy's flashbang and Doomfist rework, as well as the removal of a tank to make matches 5v5 instead of 6v6, the games are faster paced and feel more balanced, with each category of hero being vital to a team's cohesiveness. These changes to the gameplay, however, are the only welcome changes, as like most games released today, Overwatch 2 has transitioned to a free-to-play live service model. Loot boxes have been removed completely, with a seasonal battle pass taking their place. While other games such as Fortnite and Apex Legends follow a similar model, the transition for Overwatch has completely changed the way the game used to function. Before, every player could earn cosmetics through coins or loot boxes. It was fairly easy to obtain loot boxes each week and save up enough coins to purchase these cosmetics without ever actually spending real money on the game, and they never affected gameplay. With this new system, not only is the Battle Pass practically useless for those who choose not to pay, but one legendary skin either costs $20 real or grinding about 32 weeks of challenges to get enough to buy for free. Not just that, but heroes are locked behind the Battle Pass for those who never played Overwatch before. Whether you agree or disagree with the live service model when it comes to gaming, it feels out of place in Overwatch, with things that were previously obtainable in-game in only a few weeks, now taking more than half a year to obtain. In EA's 2017 remake of Battlefront 2, characters such as Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker were locked at the start, and it would take around 40 hours of gameplay each to unlock them. This was changed right before launch after massive pushback from the fans. It'll be interesting to see if something similar happens with Overwatch 2, as more people are complaining about the current status of the Battle Pass. Overall, I think that while the gameplay is enjoyable, the transition to a free-to-play live service model has done more harm than good. I never thought I would actually say that I miss loot boxes. As with the current state of Overwatch 2, if you don't intend to purchase the Battle Pass or pay for credits, you won't be getting any new cosmetics without grinding for about half a year to obtain all these new items. Not just that, but for new players, not only will they almost never be able to obtain new cosmetics, they'll also have to grind to simply unlock all the playable heroes. This is especially a problem in Overwatch, as the game prides itself on allowing you to play as anyone at any time. The main problem here is that this is basically the same game that was released back in 2016, but with all the items previously obtainable in-game now costing extra. Honestly, I think it's safe to say that if changes aren't made to the monetization, people will begin to move on to more rewarding games, as this kind of feels like a cash grab from Blizzard. So, what do you think of Overwatch 2? Are you a fan of all the changes made, or lack thereof, or do you think they need to be reworked now that the game is officially out? Did the game end up meeting all your expectations, or was it kind of a letdown? Let me know all your thoughts down below. I'm Jacob, thanks for watching.